Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode we're going to be checking out a piece by the established AI generative artist known as Proxima Centauri B. This episode we're going to be talking about this kind of divine twilight energy here. We're going to talk about the strangeness of reoccurring dreams, and we're also going to talk about the profound power of AI generative art. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, we're met with what appears to be a lone female figure staring out into this really vast kind of ethereal space here. This is a very dreamy introduction as it feels quite surreal. We get these incredibly kind of vibrant tones of light, of course, all mixed with that starry cosmic sky. Really dreamy introduction and just an amazing one, sure to capture the viewer's attention. And so we see this light, this kind of interplay of the light and the dark within the work at hand. Of course, we have this kind of space, starry night sky there, and then we have what appears to be some type of planet or moon in the distance. And so this interplay of, say, this kind of light on dark contrast and the dark spaces of the composition really give this piece such a dynamic feel, right? You have almost like a valley here of this light and then that kind of radiant energy coming off of the light, and then you have that kind of darkness of the midnight sky as well. All very important, and it gives us this incredible sense of vibrance. Certainly catches the eye, especially with these kind of lighter tones. And so we see a subject here. She appears to be just kind of staring off into this ethereal space. And we see her subject is, or her silhouette is defined through this kind of dark on light contrast there. Really form unforgettable. She's also aligned with what appears to be this kind of architecture on the left-hand side as well. All very important to note. Of course, it's impossible to miss. She certainly just commands that kind of left region of the spatial composition. You'll notice she isn't placed in the center. She's placed a little bit off to the left. Does give us a sense of kind of interacting deeper within the canvas as we wonder why she's placed on the left, and we kind of just scan across the work at hand. All very important. And so with this in mind, we also see kind of a main color palette of this blue, this green, and this black. So very important. I'd say the main is going to be a blue and black. Of course, a lot of variants of those blue at hand here. And so with this in mind, there's also a sense of color-based rarity. So we have rare color here. We have kind of rare color here, a little bit of light lilac rare as well. All of those really call the eye as we're kind of drawn to this dark silhouette, and then we're instantly drawn to the red kind of moon, and when they're drawn to those kind of golden greens in the spatial composition. And so whenever we look at this work, I think this is quite important because your eye is first going to be drawn either to the subject silhouette or that red, and then you're going to be drawn to that kind of green gold. And what I see here is almost a triangular format as the eye is drawn here, drawn to the top, drawn down, and we kind of scan back and forth within the work at hand. That does give this kind of harmonious layout, also very important, a sense of order within the spatial composition, and it also gives us something to kind of scan across, right? We're never just resting, we're always looking at this composition, just seeing what it has to offer here. And so that's very important. It gives that sense of harmony, but it also makes us interact deeper within the composition as we're kind of just constantly interacting and going across the work at hand. And so we see this kind of cosmic backing in the work at hand as well. Of course, you see the stars of the cosmic sky, all very important. And we see this kind of surreal architecture as well. They appear to be skyscrapers, although it's hard to say for sure. Certainly catches the eye, and it just stands out instantly, especially against this kind of darker midnight black backing. And so there also is this kind of divine energy within the work at hand. And what I mean is just this stunning contrast against the midnight black backing. Very important. It also makes us feel as if we're kind of in an ethereal or a sacred or some type of spiritual place here. And so with this in mind, the original artist actually notes this from a dream. So this is a reoccurring dream that the artist often has. And the artist says that looking out onto this vast open space, a kind of futuristic, kind of water-filled space, it's very interesting. And personally, I get a lot of lucid dreams. I get a lot of dreams in general. So I hope I get a dream like this. I've never been in space before, so that'd be quite interesting. But with that in mind, we certainly see the kind of surreal nature of the dreamscape within the work at hand. We're immersed within this kind of surreal landscape that just goes far beyond the eye can see. And this ethereal light certainly catches the eye and just possesses the canvas, which is this, it's, leaves you speechless. It's just an ethereal energy that's just impossible to miss. So an amazing work for sure. And I wasn't able to source the original prompt, but I did talk to the artist and got a pretty good idea of what we're looking at here. So this isn't the original, but it is kind of a similar idea. So we're looking at, quote, a metallic feminine silhouette on a planet in a cosmic cityscape of starlight. So we certainly see that here. We can't see necessarily melancholic. Maybe that's that kind of head bowing looking down. Certainly see a feminine silhouette. Appears to be on a different planet, certainly. Cosmic cityscape, love that. We see that kind of urban architecture as well as that cosmic sky. And then we also see starlight, of course, as well. So certainly an ethereal piece. This is not the original prompt, but it gives us a really good idea of what we're looking at. There's also this sense of kind of retrospection, and that is just inherent to the symbol. You see a lone subject staring out to this macro, this grand scene. So there is this sense of retrospection or even contemplation as she just stares out. So all very important within the work at hand, and I wanted to point that out. When I saw this work, I saw this as kind of looking back on it all. So certainly saw that within the work at hand. And this is an AI generative art piece, so it was created with multiple different AI generative art programs, and there was some additional edits, say color correction, a little bit of Procreate edits as well, all very important. And so this work was created with Stephen Young's prompt parrot program. It essentially trains itself to create a new novel prompt based on the artist's original style. So if you're an AI generative artist and you use a bunch of prompts, you could probably go check out Young's program to see what you could do with it and see what it could offer. So certainly wanted to mention that. The original artist wanted to note that. So hope you guys enjoyed. It is a very dreamy, a very surreal kind of twilight and divine piece. Certainly captured my eye and just left me speechless whenever I first saw this. So we talked about, say, the kind of triangular format, this valley created by that contrast, that radiant glow, that silhouette, the dreamscape, AI generative art, just so much we covered within the work at hand. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go check out the original artist, always doing some really good stuff, and it's just a blessing to be able to study this piece today. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.